why does one race control the West? They say that it's because they're smarter and better than you. And hell, I guess that's the only people allowed in my life, so I really can't say. But yeah, maybe I chose them because they were actually doing shit or something, right? Um, yeah, I chose anyone in my life, sure. Yeah, the person who doesn't talk to anyone chose someone to come into their life. Why? Fucking let's maybe once slightly alter the path. Definitely never chose. Definitely never walked towards. But why is that? They're just better people. Better people. They're better at censoring the internet of talking about them. They're better at censoring the TV they own about talking to them. Better at censoring the internet they own about talking about them. They're better at because I'm sorry, someone might have told you who owns a TV that the internet is free, and this invisible guy in the sky owns the internet. Some call him Satan, some call him Jesus, some call him Buddha, some call him Allah, some call him Muhammad, some call him Carl Sagan, some call him Einstein. They all own the internet. It's obviously no one else. So the internet's free, right? And then Broadway plays, it's definitely not from the motherland of New York, so it wouldn't be them. Couldn't be them. And then you have Edison stole the technology, video technology, and ran off to Hollywood with it. Stole it from New York and then ran off to Hollywood with it. I mean, they already control New York, so went off to Hollywood with it. And then they all just happen to be related to every single candidate in 2016, easily identified visually if you can't find it anymore by looking up their family lineage and who they say they are. Although Barack Obama's never identified himself, but you can just look at his mom and tell, hey, we've got some Nazis. There's some serious Nazis. I'm always asking, hey, why don't we, there's BET once, right? And then, who owned BET? Was it Russell Simmons? He sold it. So that was the end of BET. And I'm always saying, hey, when I was out there in the streets for the BLM, at all the states I went to for that stuff, I was always saying, hey, let's give them some media outlets. Let's give them NBC, ABC, let's give them CBS, let's give them Google. Make it equal, bro. Why aren't we making it equal? And they got mad, because white people, or some sort of light-skinned people, was always leading those groups at the BLM. And I was trying to too, but I was trying to take the power away from them and give it to everyone else. And that was really the only purpose I had there. I wasn't there to stay too long in any event. To a lot of them, obviously, that wasn't the purpose. Got kicked out. Look at how they kicked Moses out. There's one black dude leading stuff. They made a whole bunch of stuff about him and kicked him out and stuff. Kicked me out, and they was pushing me around too. They brought a whole squad of people who weren't black, and kind of mixed looking, and it's I'm leading your event at this point. Why are you guys kicking me out? What I do? And it's oh, I'm calling out the other people who own this event, aren't I? You guys know me, don't you? They look pretty unhappy the half hour I led that. That's okay. I was late for the Proud Boys meeting because I wanted to go attend their event and see who went to their event too. So, and guess what? Someone showed up to that event too. I was talking about it too. That was weird. That was one of those weird conversations. I was talking to him. I was hey, I don't go around beating around the bush. I'm in face to face, I can say whatever I want. Online, I spent 10 years doing that and getting banned, and they're still trying to censor what they can. They'll censor my music. They'll censor any sort of copyright thing I can upload and allow their own people to upload it and stuff, and because they can, but took 10 years for me to stop saying a special word you can't say that easily identifies them and stuff. So yeah, like why is that? Why do I have to? Why does if you guys like being slaves, why do I have to be a slave just because you guys like being slaves? Like why do I have to be involved in all that stuff? Why be a slave and try, work real hard, become real good. But I don't think that's what it is. I think they're killing off the smart people in our groups. I think that's what they've been doing to me my whole life. Like they've been like I was like the smartest kid in pretty much every class, and they would choose to set me aside. They would drug me and all sorts of stuff. And you can see later in life, like up until like a month ago, when I was stuck outside around or in places around other people, like they were still stalking me and following me. But I remember like I was at this club and like I was dancing with like two black girls, and then like their people came up and like separated us and like tried to like make me get with this old one of them, and it's like I don't even like you people anymore. Stop coming near me. Get alone. I'm not gonna date you. I don't want to touch you. So I just fucked around with her real hard and shit. And who gives a fuck what laws I broke? I should have broke a lot worse. But when one of them died near me in the past, my family lost everything because magically they're a protected individual Nazi group. So that cost a lot of money dealing with them. You can't deal with them one on one. You got to deal with them all at once. If you're going to deal with them, if you understand the problem, keep that in mind. Don't go to events. Don't shoot them up. Don't burn down the synagogue. Because that's not going to work. There's going to be 99 million of them left if you get rid of 1 million of them, okay? So, you can't do that. You got to organize an effort somehow. Yeah, I mean, these Nazis are pretty strong, bro. Like, I mean, Zelensky, Hitler helped create Israel. I mean, hell, people can't even realize Hitler didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes. Like, they're so good at just deceiving people. Like, they just say something, people believe it. He's like, I is the master race, blonde hair, blue eyes. And it's like, dude, like, you and Gobbles and your friends, like, hell, you only got one friend with blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, what the fuck? And and Zelensky, he's like the leader of the Nazis over there in Ukraine. Where's his blonde hair? He's not even wearing contacts. Bro, the people they gave awards to over here like that to cover up, he didn't even come with a blonde wig or nothing, but they had to cover up his Golden Sun Nazi tattoos when they gave him when Jon Stewart gave him awards in Disneyland. I mean, because Jon Stewart is Zelensky in Ukraine. Because Ukraine is Khazaria. Okay, you might have heard of a word called Khazar before. Okay, Ukraine is Khazaria. Okay, look it up on the map. That's what that whole battle, every land position in the world right now where there's war at, and has been war, is choke points that is all involved and been tied together for forever. So yeah, that's what that is. That's Khazaria. Ukraine is Khazaria, and hell, I mean, they called for a reverse migration. Tons of Israel to go back to Khazaria a few years ago. I reported on that a ton of times. Um, yeah, like what? But why? Why? Like, are they really better or smarter? Maybe they're trying to help us. They're trying to help you by not by hiding. I mean, if they're so much better and smarter, then they shouldn't have to be scared, right? Like, man, just use their alien technology to destroy us all. Like if we're like, oh no, what if they actually were bad people? But instead of doing that and using alien technology to destroy us, if we like think we're smarter or better or as smart or as good, then they like ban everyone and ruin all their lives. Anyone who comes near them, like Kanye West, like Kanye West halfway came back on that too, and it's funny, but he halfway did. Anyways, yeah, why? Why do we let Nazis rule over us?